Hai teman-teman, welcome to my channel. Di video ini aku akan membahas tentang reflexive and emphatic pronouns, yaitu seperti myself, himself, themselves, dan sebagainya. Penasaran kan apa aja yang mau dibahas? Yuk kita simak video berikut ini.
Reflexive and emphatic pronouns, which consist of myself, himself, themselves, etc. Step pertama, the main use of reflexive pronouns. Kegunaan utama pada reflexive pronouns. Kita baca teks ceritanya dulu ya. Betty is 89 and lives with her sister Lily, 87. Last week, Betty fell and hurt herself badly, but she doesn't need to go into a care home for the elderly. I may be 89, but I can still look after myself. My neighbor is only 80, but he can even make a piece of toast without burning himself. I told him the other day, Reg, you will kill yourself one day if you aren't more careful. Some people have never been good at looking after themselves, have they? But my sister and I are fine. We know how to look after ourselves, don't we, Lily? Pertama-tama, kita kenalan dulu sama yang namanya reflexive pronouns. Reflexive pronouns sendiri itu dibedakan menjadi singular dan plural. Pada keadaan singular, terdapat I, you, he, she, it. Subjek I berubah menjadi myself. You berubah menjadi yourself. He berubah menjadi himself. She berubah menjadi herself. Dan it menjadi itself. Sedangkan pada keadaan plural atau jamak, terdapat we, you, dan they. We di sini dia berubah menjadi ourselves. You berubah menjadi yourselves. You di sini itu merujuk pada dua orang atau lebih. Selanjutnya ada they berubah menjadi themselves. Perlu diingat ya teman-teman, pada keadaan singular atau hanya satu orang, akhiran reflexive pronounnya itu self biasa. Tetapi kalau dia pada keadaan plural atau jamak, dia berubah menjadi selves. Seperti ini. Selanjutnya, when the subject and the object of the verb are the same person. Ketika subjek dan objek adalah orang yang sama. Di sini ada subjek, verb, dan objek. Subjek di kalimat pertama ada she. Dan subjek di kalimat kedua ada you. Objek di kalimat pertama ada herself. Dan objek di kalimat kedua ada yourself. Nah, kedua kalimat ini itu merujuk pada orang yang sama. She hurt herself. Dia menyakiti dirinya sendiri. Lalu, you will kill yourself. Kau akan membunuh dirimu sendiri. Langsung ke cek question 1 ya. Number 1. Betty thinks she can look after blah blah blah. Number 2. She thinks the man next door might kill blah 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 one day. Number 3. Most people prefer to look after blah blah blah. Kita cek jawabannya ya. Number 1. Betty thinks she can look after herself. Number 2. She thinks the man next door might kill himself one day. Number 3. Most people prefer to look after themselves. Step kedua, common reflexive verbs. Adjective plus reflexive pronouns. Jadi di step kedua ini akan menjelaskan tentang reflexive verbs, kata kerja refleksif yang umum atau sering digunakan. Yang formulanya itu ada kata sifat plus reflexive pronouns. Kita baca dulu teks step kedua. I wake up at about 6:30 every morning. I get up at 7. I wash and dress, and then I make myself a good breakfast. I keep myself busy by doing the housework. Of course, by the evening, I feel tired and I go to bed early. I don't enjoy myself very often. I don't go out much. But I never feel sorry for myself. I never complain. And I don't live by myself, of course. I have Lily, said Betty. Betty's son blames himself for her accident. He is angry with himself because he didn't insist that she went into a care home. I think she is too old to be responsible for herself. I worry that one day she might kill herself if she has another accident. A few verbs in English are often used with a reflexive pronoun. Beberapa kata kerja dalam bahasa Inggris itu menggunakan reflexive pronoun secara bersamaan. Nah, yang biasa digunakan itu ada kata kerja ini. To amuse yourself, to behave yourself, to blame yourself, to push yourself, to enjoy yourself, to look after yourself, to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself warm, etc. For examples, contohnya, I make myself a good breakfast. Di sini ada adjective plus reflexive pronouns. Adjektifnya make, reflexive pronounnya myself. Di kalimat yang kedua ada I keep myself busy by doing the housework. Nah, ini adjektifnya keep, reflexive pronounnya myself. Kalimat yang ketiga, I don't enjoy myself very often. Udah tahu ya yang mana? Lanjut. Many verbs are reflexive in other language, but not normally in English. Jadi banyak kata kerja itu berupa refleksif di bahasa yang lain. Tapi pada bahasa Inggris itu ada yang tidak. Such as seperti to change. Dalam artian memakai pakaian ada to dress, to wake up, to get up, to go to bed, to shave, to wash, to stand up, to sit down, to lie down, to feel plus adjective, to relax, to rest, to complain, to remember, and to worry. For examples, contoh kalimat pertama, I wake up at about 6:30. Not I wake myself up. Jadi harus I wake up at about 6:30. Pada kalimat kedua, I feel tired. Not I feel myself tired. Jadi kalimat I feel myself tired itu kalimat yang tidak normal dalam bahasa Inggris. Pada contoh yang ketiga, I never complain, not I never complain myself. Jadi normalnya itu pakai I never complain. Selanjutnya, we sometimes use a reflexive pronoun after an adjective plus preposition. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris itu sometimes menggunakan reflexive pronoun setelah adjective plus preposition. Seperti to be angry with yourself, to be ashamed of yourself, to be pleased with yourself, to be proud of yourself, to be responsible for yourself, and to be sorry for yourself. Nah, contoh kalimatnya, I never feel sorry for myself. Di sini ada kata sifat sorry ditambah reflexive pronounnya. Jadi I never feel sorry for myself. Terus kalimat yang kedua, he is angry with himself. Kata sifatnya angry, terus prepositionnya with himself. Kalimat ketiga, she is proud of herself. Adjektifnya proud, prepositionnya of herself. Selanjutnya, the expression of by myself, which means on my own or alone. Penggunaan kata by myself yang dimana artinya itu kemauan sendiri atau sendiri. Contoh kalimatnya, and I don't live by myself. Kalimat kedua, Betty doing the housework by herself. Jadi yang kalimat pertama ini tadi artinya dan saya tidak hidup sendiri. Terus arti yang kalimat kedua, Betty melakukan pekerjaan rumahnya on her own. Dia melakukan pekerjaan rumahnya itu on her own. Langsung ke cek question 2. Number 1. She doesn't often enjoy blah blah blah. Number 2. Some elderly people live by blah blah blah. Number 3. Her son blames blah 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 for Betty's accident. Jadi ini tinggal naruh reflexive pronounnya di bla 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 ini ya. Kita cek jawabannya. Number 1, she does not often enjoy herself. Number 2, some elderly people live by themselves. Number 3, her son blames himself for Betty's accident. Step ketiga, emphatic pronouns, which consist of myself, yourself, etc. Kita baca dulu teks step ketiga. Betty doesn't want to go into a care home, and her son himself admits that she is very independent. Why should I go into a home? Asked Betty. The doctor himself said I was still very healthy. I can do most of my homework myself. And look at this cake I've made. Could my doctor make a cake like this himself? We often use these pronouns as emphatic pronouns to emphasize that someone does something without help. Jadi, bahasa Inggris itu sering menggunakan pronouns seperti myself, himself itu sebagai emphatic pronouns untuk menekan bahwa seseorang itu melakukan sesuatu tanpa pertolongan. For example, I can do most of my housework myself. Jadi di sini artinya kalimat pertama itu no one helps me. Tidak ada orang yang menolongku. Terus kalimat yang kedua, could my doctor make a cake like this himself? Jadi artinya kalimat kedua itu dapatkah dokter saya membuat cake seperti ini sendiri? Kurang lebih seperti itu. Nah, di sini pronounnya itu ditaruh di belakang sendiri dari kalimat tersebut. Nah, seperti ini. Selanjutnya, we sometimes use the emphatic pronoun to emphasize a noun or pronoun. Jadi dalam bahasa Inggris itu kadang-kadang menggunakan emphatic pronoun untuk menekankan kata benda atau kata ganti. Contoh kalimatnya itu, the doctor himself said, I was still very healthy. Jadi artinya di sini dia itu menekankan bahwa dokternya mengatakan sendiri bahwa dia masih sangat sehat. Jadi di sini pronounnya itu diletakkan segera setelah kata ganti atau kata benda itu sendiri. Selanjutnya, check question 3. Nah, di sini kita disuruh meletakkan emphatic pronouns. Number 1, Patty can do all her housework. Number 2, Patty admits that she sometimes get tired. Kita cek jawabannya ya. Number 1, Patty can do all her housework herself. Jadi jawabannya itu pronounnya ditaruh di belakang. Seperti ini. Number 2, Patty herself admits that she sometimes get tired. Nah, pronounnya ditaruh di sini. Karena kalimat ini itu bertujuan untuk menekankan bahwa dia itu sering kelelahan. Step keempat. Ourselves, yourselves, themselves, or each other. Kita baca dulu teks yang terakhir, yaitu teks dari step keempat. Betty continued, the elderly people in the village are very independent. They prefer to look after themselves, but they look after each other too. In fact, we often do things for each other. I cook hot meals for Rick next door, and he does the shopping for me and Lily. We all help one another when it's necessary. Nah, di bagian ini, di step keempat ini, kita akan membedakan perbedaan antara reflexive pronouns dan each other. Kita perhatikan kalimat A. The elderly people in the village prefer to look after themselves. Yang kalimat B, they look after each other too. Jadi mereka melakukan sesuatu itu berdasarkan kehendak sendiri. Itu arti dari kalimat A. Selanjutnya di kalimat B itu diartikan bahwa orang satu menolong orang yang lain. Jadi di sini itu kalimatnya merujuk pada dua kegiatan yang saling bertautan pada orang yang berbeda. Jadi seperti aku menolong dia dan dia juga menolongku. Seperti itu. Selanjutnya, one another usually means we are talking about more than two people. It's also more formal. Jadi penggunaan one another itu biasanya diartikan bahwa ketika kita berbicara tentang lebih dari dua orang. Nah, penggunaan one another ini juga lebih formal dibandingkan each other. Di sini contoh kalimatnya, we all help each other. Itu sama dengan kalimat we all help one another. Nah, selanjutnya cek question 4. Di sini kita disuruh menulis kembali kalimat ini menggunakan number 1. Reg helps me and I help him. We blah blah blah. Number 2. He does things for me and I do things for him. We blah blah blah. Nah, jadi kalimatnya berubah menjadi Reg helps me and I help him. Itu menjadi we help each other. Ini. Terus yang kedua, he does things for me and I do things for him. Kalimatnya berubah menjadi we do things for each other.
Nah, gimana nih setelah nonton video tadi? Sekarang udah pada paham kan? Apa aja perbedaannya, terus digunakan pada saat seperti apa, dan gimana urutan pengucapannya yang baik dan benar. Semoga berkat video ini kalian semakin paham dan menambah ilmu kalian ya. Thanks for watching my video and see you next time. Bye bye.